This is Nina, and you're listening to Nerd Out Space, the best place to just take a moment to absolutely mosh pit the shit out of your room while listening to that one really bomb song that has been in your mind the whole day. Wait, you know what? Maybe that's a little too specific. Maybe we should just cut that out. Hi travelers, today I'm welcoming you here with my cute little pink mason jar, prepared to diminish all the ASMR sounds of lip smacking, unless, jokes on me and you're into that shit, which, good for you. Anyway, I feel like things might get a little heated today, which is not just because of me, and that alone is quite enough, but because I already know some of y'all are gonna laugh at me. Well, guess what? I don't care. I've got no shame. As the smart woman Camila Cabello once said, right now I'm shameless. Yeah, screaming my lungs out for you kinda shameless, so here I go. You know how we roll here. The Urban Dictionary is an endless well of wisdom, and this time it has spoken. Nerdcore is any form of music that is made by nerds, for nerds, or about nerdy things. Nerdcore can be made in any style of music, but most people identify it in either its pop-punk or hip-hop forms. Other definitions say it's a direct subgenre of hip-hop, but later on in the series, we'll find out that that is not entirely true. Within Nerdcore, we also have autocore, or a music genre made up of songs with heavy origins or bases in fan communities, such as those for anime. Some of y'all listening might not be into anime or games, which is completely fine. It won't hurt, though, to find out a little more stuff. Believe me or not, you will be extremely surprised about many things. Or at least, I was. A lot of people that aren't interested in these topics expect the music to be like really low quality, cringe, or maybe just straight up bad. And honestly, they couldn't be further away from the truth. Because most of the creators engaging in the community are not only super talented, and take this from me, super talented, but are also such hard workers. I mean, some of them, and dare I say even a majority now, drop a new song literally every week. And which one of your favorite artists drops a new song every week? I'm looking at you, Ed Sheeran, like I've been waiting. Anyway, they don't do this just in order to get the songs out and for you to listen to just some kind of ordinary whack they make. No, the songs are actually something that makes you want to, punch someone really violently in the gut or come for someone's jugular. And not only that, but they stay actively connected to their fans, through their social media. And I wouldn't say on a superficial level, but genuinely, answering their questions through their Discord servers or streaming and chatting with them on Twitch and doing a bunch of side content. And for you to enjoy this content or even their music, you don't really have to be familiar with anime or games. I mean, come on, do you really believe, that I have ever in my 21 years of existence have seen the entirety of Dragon Ball just so that I could understand the little bars and punchlines in the songs? Hell nah! Have you seen how long that shit is? What am I, immortal? Ain't nobody got time for that. But my lack of previous knowledge has never stopped me, and I mean that never stopped me, from bopping to their music, because it's so lit. I didn't even like rap before, which is mostly prevailing in the community, and here I am a year later with about 250, maybe more, take a give or take, or however. So yeah, about 250 nerdcore songs in my Spotify playlist. And if you don't believe me, just wait. I'll prove this even further. And now, my little travelers, before I get to introduce you to today's group of really great artists, I think it would be quite alright to maybe explain a few things. The trio of creators that I will be talking about today are not the only ones I will be making a podcast episode on. For the sake of dividing the whole community into processable chunks, I'll group some artists that are somehow linked in my mind together to make a little, themed episodes, if you will. Today's trio is known by the fans and the community, a little jokingly, as the UK bias. There are a few reasons for this trio being linked together, and those are C. Although the numbers are growing, they were one of the first surfacing nerdcore creators on YouTube that weren't based in the US, but they are from the UK. They also made a ton of songs together and are, in the opinion of, just like a small tiny girl that really enjoys their music, really good friends, which is kind of wholesome to see. They reference each other in their music, they make music videos and reactions together, and it's just really precious. We love a good bromance. I'm actually not quite sure what the exact situation was, but the first song I've ever come across out of the whole Nerdcore community was a rap battle between Aizawa from My Hero Academia and Kakashi from Naruto. I listened to it at least 50 times, it was probably more, but at least 50 times, and it was literally the most listened song of 2020 on my Spotify, and I don't even know how. I didn't even see My Hero Academia at the time, so I had no idea what was really happening or what it was. So, just a little small dedicated Naruto fan saw the name Kakashi and went full on ape, which is a little inside joke for only the already familiar people. Anyway, the song was made by Rustage and Conor Quest, two of the three artists that I would like to focus on today. Little did I know, by the time that Rustage's songs and channel would absolutely explode just a little later on. But anyway, here, have a little taste.
You're no deterrence, I'm leaving you nervous, reminding you why you're so worthless. You do a disservice when fighting a stronger foe, you are essentially quirkless.
Someone's awoken a sleeping giant, but if I'm fighting you, then I can never get tired. Can't hide in the leaves when I speak this foul. I'm a quirk to the work while the fight ties up like a loose end with a retcon. Feeling like a bag that I carry cause I'm slept on. Might not be the best one, but I'm still a threat on eyes in the night. Aim looking like red dots, knock some sense into this sensei. Next guy will leave you in a neck brace. How many times can he get saved by the kids in the team?
Before you at me though, I'd like to clarify that me educating you while reacting, aka losing my mind over these songs, is very much, with 3 exclamation points, very much covered by fair use. So, no quaking, okay, no hating, shut up, I did my homework. But now that you've all heard this little snippet, it creates a perfect interlude for me to jump to our first contestant, contestant. I don't know what else to call him, even though this is no competition, but sorry, we gotta roll with it. Conor Quest, by many people simply known as Conor, is the absolute, and I mean absolute, backbone of this community. Change my mind. No, you can't change my mind, so don't even try. This sign can't stop me because I can't read. See, I'm not really here to tell you about their biographies, their lives, because I'm neither Wikipedia nor FanWiki. So if you're into that kind of information, weirdo, but then again, pop off. Google it, okay? As you know, I'm here to freak out. Conor Quest has probably one of the best, if not the actual best, pen, meaning writing style and ability, out of the entire community. His flows, his rhythm, always an absolute point. Don't even get me started on this. I can't even say a bad word about him. He's a cinnamon roll, okay? He's absolute cinnamon roll. He looks like Tanaka from Haikyuu, and also a little like a noodle, but in the best way possible. And to be fair, everyone kind of looks like a noodle when you're 5 feet 0, or in the other languages I speak, 0, null, nulla, absolute 0 inches. I'm not saying that's a fault of my parents, but the genes somewhere in my family tree had to go terribly wrong. But I digress. I'd like to prove my previous statements by itty bits from Conor's rapping.
Big bad wolf, not me, but I give that look. Got teeth that'll rip at crooks, cross me, you'll be stiff and shook. All the dogs are around, got a fox and a hound and an ox and a mouse and the crocs and the owls. It's an animal kingdom. Exclude different prides and herds, and out of all these wounds, it's my pride that hurts. I'm a stagehand, that means if you're acting up, I'm here to take that spotlight and patch it up. I never crave that scent of a rabbit's blood, but this playboy bunny got me wagging and I'm lapping it up. I'm a ravenous pup, a prime carnivore, but giving in to instincts I can't afford. Holding back though I felt I should, cause you look so nice and you smell so good.
Now, this little snippet from the Beast Cypher by Shwabadi is an absolute must to have here for 2 reasons. 1, the flow is absolutely crazy, and 2, anyone saying otherwise is a liar and will be charged for slander by me. I successfully ignored Beastars like the original Netflix anime that you should not make any presumptions about and should absolutely watch if you like Zootopia. I am pressuring you into doing so. yeah, so I ignored it until I heard this crazy verse by Conor. Because, like, excuse me, mister? Who even allowed you to go this hard? I don't remember anyone doing so. Was it Shwabadi, though? I bet it was Shwabadi. So, if y'all could see me dance to this song and sing this while I vacuum our house, you'd probably even, like, reconsider listening to this whole podcast. Anyway, here, have some more. I'm feeling really generous today.
Unhinged, like my jaw is contorted. You'll fit in the more grip stored in the morgue where I keep them organized with organs eyes. I play them like the organ pipes. These stakes high, I'll never play nice. You'll be getting snake eyes if you come and dice with me like steak knives. Cutting in your mate by me around your waistline, walking where the vipers be. Stone cold stare, have them riding in fear. Loosening up isn't quite the idea. Concoction is like mixed cider and beer. Silence of that means I'm high on the tears. A hiss on the whisper that's right in your ear. Like car hypnotize these man cubs. Make the answers bright and clear. I can give you the tools to abuse your anger. I'm the man with the strangler, serpentine wrangler, commanding a band. I heard in my bank.
And you know what? Why not get some more? You get a verse, you get a verse, everyone gets a verse.
I'm a master UV, practice newbies, that's a doozy for Yami Yugi. Puzzled in summer like a hadron tunnel, cause never got atom through me. Camp for the match, see fans form, no matter what hands drawn. I'm kicking up dust metal tanks in land form. When we did all there's sandstorms. Cards are flipping, I need an answer quick, and I might buy my dark magician. If I wish I believe hard enough in the heart that's in them. Icy settles free, I pull a fifth part of XOD. I guess it all came to a head so clear, think your deck's gonna get XOD.
About this verse from the Shonen Jump cipher, the question prevails. Do you think, do you really so naively think that I have ever in my 21-year-old life seen Yu-Gi-Oh? Think twice, okay? And don't come at me, weeps, but Conor's wordplay and just overall energy when he saddles the beat and rides it into the sunset like the absolute moniker he is, it just has to be appreciated. And don't even think that that's all he can do, because boy, oh boy, can he sing. And how well can he sing? Man's got crazy harmonies. Here, check this out.
I can see the cracks. Look at all the pieces fall apart. Watch it all collapse. Bury it in ash and crush the heart. Oh, how it falls. It crumbles to dust. It all seems small. It crumbles to dust. It crumbles. It crumbles to dust.
Before I actually give you my reaction to this bit, I would like to clarify one thing. I am putting mostly itty bits from Conor's rapping or singing from songs that are usually not his and are only his features. This exact one is a Shigaraki song from Rustage. And I would like to give my explanation, because it's not that I don't have a lot, and I mean a lot, favorite songs from Conor. No, it's not that. It's actually just that I think that many rappers, and especially Conor, pop off really extremely well on features. And I kind of think it's the fact that you don't have so much time to prove your point. There is this intensity, there is this build-up that you kind of have to prove. And I feel like Conor does that so well every single time, whether he's just on a classic verse or on a hook. He just knows how to do it. And I mean, did you even hear this? And look at you, ignoring this dude. I see you. And you know what I have to say to you? Dishonor on you. Dishonor on your cow, and especially on everyone you know, if you're not even considering finding out more about this dude, because he deserves it. And speaking of which, I'm sure I'm not the only one that has ever just scrolled into the infinity and beyond in the YouTube comment section under, literally anything, I guess. And if you do this under some of Conor's songs or reactions to said songs by other people, you'll be really surprised to find a commenter called Mama Quest. To which I have one thing to say, and that is, if that's actual Conor's mom, I stan. Because she's super positive under almost every single one of his songs, replying to people and stuff, how proud she is of him, and That being said, I really hope it is real mom, because people on the internet can be really weird, so I wouldn't be surprised, but I really hope it's her, because otherwise that would be kind of creepy. If any of you have kind of like an actual confirmation on this, like it's a secret or something, but I really need to know it. I need the tea. Please, by all means, do let me know. If you want to jump to like my Discord server to chat about it, you'll find an invite through nerdoutspace.card with 2rs.com. So please tell me. I need to know. I'm dying to know. But anyway, moving on from Conor Quest to the current rising star of the community, whose talent so many people didn't even appreciate until now, making me relentlessly upset, just like Olivia Rodrigo in Brutal, I'd like to talk a little about Shwabadi. So, if you know a little bit about me, I've been listening to Shwabadi for a while. Like, I didn't know too many of his songs at the time, I really vibed with some, and I especially followed every song he featured on, because he always, and that's guaranteed, went absolutely crazy. But, when his recent album dropped, man, so did my jaw. And I mean this, so did my jaw. Because, listen, in my opinion, Shwab has always been spitting some real heat, and I feel like he always popped off on cyphers with multiple people especially well and stood out thanks to his intensity and style. But, kind of since the release of his two-part album, Where Bear Part 1 and 2, he's been, like, super real. He's not acting or anything, because the album songs were just so reality-packed, He kind of talked about things that made him sad or angry or tired or depressed that were kind of happening to him and were annoying. And, I can really kind of feel all those things. And I also think that he really found kind of this new wave and just like grabbed the surfboard and is vibing now. So good for him. So some of my favorite songs from this new album include, well, Real Music, what does Shwabadi mean? I'm really glad I never asked that question because I got this song instead. Muda, Werebear, and Lucifer. Yeah, my head really do be bopping to those. And to those of you awaiting some delicious taste, here, have a little. It's my treat today.
Pen in my diss tracks in a death note, that's an instant kill. Give me what black cards are, aka you're an imbecile. We making moves in the whole gang otaku, so heads get spinning, Tatsumaki said Bukaku. Every bar lit, I'm dancing Hino Kami Kagura. You'll roll with basic bitch, Kuno Ichi Sakura. I'm a demon, spit hard, I feel like Dabara. Nah, I'm a demon, never missed, I feel like Zabaza. Shush man, no come malhage, get straight to the point and no ballet. You man gonna don no can it, still catch beams and shells like old cannon. Quick rounds for the ring, I go sonic. Big rounds grip the thing and throw onyx. Drink down rounds of gin with no tonic. Shout Satsuki, dad the man sonic. Anyway, Shwabdo and Shwabadi, say wrong, get thrown up. I love music that glorifies violence and death, cause that's the only way to get the shit up off my chest. Run up on me, get the clip down, they twitch, I'm impressed that they try to step your body without a step vest on you. And about this life, well my brain is a mess. I got a fucked up mind that I do not want to address. I try not to cry every night, but I'm stressed. So surprised that I lie all the time, I'm depressed. 10 p.m. something switches in me, it ain't right. Ghostly claws scratching at the door every single night. It's like I'm someone else, my flaws revealed in lack of light. It's the werebear pulling at the cord, he keeps it tight. You don't know me, bitch, you don't owe me shit. But I swear if you're trying to make a fall, that's it.
Now, before I get into more of my favorite songs, yeah, I know there's more, into more of my favorite songs and to explaining why I am obsessed, I'd like to give a little insight into why I really like to follow Shwabadi on his social media, or better, why I really enjoy the way he interacts with his fans. So, quite often he catches up to his Discord server, where you can post questions, suggestions, you can post your fan art of him or anyone else really, or hell, even just post your music. Sometimes he sees it, he replies, he gives you some tips. It's really nice of him, yeah. And unless you're a troll, he's always super, super nice and respectful. And don't we all stand like a respectful dude? Yeah, we do. And since I'm broke, I haven't really been able to join his Patreon yet, but hopefully that will come one day. He streams on Twitch quite often, either to react to a bunch of other creators' songs, to randomly play GeoGuessr, which was probably one of my first Twitch streams to see ever, or to bring you one of his own games and shows, like, for example, the Lyrical Miracle, where he's joined by 2 guests. I think 2. Maybe there was more, but I kind of don't remember right now. 2 guests who have to guess their own, and later on even each other's lyrics, which is super fun to see. And you can get a lot of perks for subscribing to his Twitch as well, and that's always nice. Who doesn't like perks? I like perks, and I really enjoy collecting Shwabadi coins and then just spending them or on whatever poll is available. Yeah, that is the only kind of gambling that I approve, because it costs you literally nothing. And otherwise, please don't gamble, kids. That shit's no good for you. So, apart from the album, there is quite a bit of songs and features by Shwabadi that I enjoyed. He usually has like a lot of snarky wordplay and bars for days. And when I say days, I kind of mean like light years or anything like that. So mostly I think he kind of just has that like swag to him. And, you know, because he's trying out different styles every time. And he kind of just nails every single one of them. Hell, I can't believe I just used the word swag unironically. But here we are, my little travelers. People surprise you, and so do I. Even myself sometimes. But for you to create your own opinion, I should let you listen a little more. Before I do so, maybe I should put a disclaimer out there, even though you probably figured by now, but I enjoy really, really hype music, so this piece will be exactly that. I really highly suggest brace yourselves, okay? Brace yourselves.
Yeah, I see you thought it was over, but then the fusion tango boosted power, roasting opponents, the coldest foes that I'm owning, the key is flowing in ocean, you had the nuts to step through one of us, but now you're facing both with these thugs, people that keep you being tossed, lethal with thinking you the dreams will beat us, speed a position you can clear, the TikToks, crying to yourself cause you're weak, and with peerless, second choice you're feeling me, a Gemini man, don't need a Smith, kill me quick, that's what I, Gemini's plan, double vision, they can see him cause I, that's with a hand, put it to try, push him aside now, sending him back, this dual personality, you would've thought it'd be a mismatch, two beefy two sandwich together, that's a Big Mac, one man, flick time, never skip gym class, think back, coming hobby.
This wasn't my first time hearing Shwabadi rap, but it definitely was one of the first times hearing him absolutely pop off like a mad lad on Fable's Super Saiyan Cypher. Or was it Saiyan Cypher? I don't know, I feel like many people got it wrong. It's one of the two. I should warn you though, the song is like 8 minutes long. And I mean, that's worth it for me, even though at the time I understood zero references to Dragon Ball or anything. But if you wonder why he sounds a little different on this track than on the other ones from, let's say, his album, it's because he actually stopped suppressing his natural accent with an American one. Because American's boring, you know? British is the new black. We stand British. We want British. To continue this role we are on, I would like to present to you one of Shwabadi's own songs, which is called Big Curse Energy. And I'm sure that when you hear it, you will understand why it's called this way.
Shwabadi is going crazy.
Big curse energy, coming with that big curse energy, yeah. Big curse energy, ain't a single one of y'all ahead of me, nah.
Yeah. Separate me to keep me caged, tear me down because he's my rich. Think I've gone like a fetus in, but I pass to the next like a free live rest.
Listen, when a person that usually indulges in rap starts singing on a track, man, people lose their minds. And it's super funny because Shwabadi is a really good singer, and he proves it time and time again. And no matter how many times he does it, the community still seems so stoked when he does so. And I mean, so am I, you know? Who doesn't love the kind of chill, but I'm better than you vibe? It makes you feel super important. Yeah, but let's move on from my Shwabadi rant. I feel like that was kind of heated on my part, but we'll finish the first Nerdcore episode by getting to know the current supernova and domination of the community named Rustage, with a little bit of an immediate introduction by shock.
ignition, I'm cruising through into overdrive. I'm on a mission, pursuing goons, I gon' turn the tide. Soldier, so I'm certified, I told you you'll be burned alive. I'm first in line to earn the right, so lock on you a thermal side. No redirection, tag he's how I hit my mark. Seek perfection, I'm a devil, but I light the spark. Leave the weapon, seeing red up in this demon's heart. Dead, I'll leave him deeply scarred, bet I'm gonna lead the charge. Red hot, thermal acoustic, I spit it ice cold. Headshot, pillar of fury, don't do what I'm told. Get lost, sick of them telling me my divine role. I bring the force like Kobe, I ignite the flame in my soul.
I know, like, this dude is so crazy, and I mean it. Like, he's been on a wave since, like, probably forever now, and not only pushing himself, his production, and even his own voice, but also, like, the quality of his features. A lot of times, he takes on people who aren't all that well known to the community and helps them to shine on the track, and I really appreciate it, and I feel like a lot of small creators has to appreciate it as well. So, Rustage is considered to be the giant of the community. Like, if you at all know something about League of Legends and you know this little dude called Faker, I mean, yeah, the worldwidely known player Faker, you know that he's called the Unkillable Demon King. Yeah, that's Rustage. That's Rustage on all points. He's been here since forever, and people love him across the entire rap spectrum. Like, a lot of people react to his stuff even though they aren't into anime at all. He's extremely close to 1 million subscribers on YouTube now, which is probably like the biggest amount out of all of these creators, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like his numbers are around like 990,000 or something right now, and like, if that isn't cool, man. And the best part is that Rustage really, really deserves all of this success. Because like others, he drops new song every week, but he also elevates his game every time he posts something. And sometimes I don't even understand, how can you post something that's the best and then make it even better? But he does it. And when he was stuck, he even let everyone know by making a song called Stressed Out with Chi-Chi on the chorus. And his worry and imposter syndrome were not only very, very relatable to me as a person, but it also opened a very important insight into Rustage's life as a person, and not only as a rapper or someone who others look up to, you know? And in my opinion, there's nothing more beautiful than to let people in on your emotions, and especially if you're struggling. Like, it does make you vulnerable, yes, and in this case, even in front of like almost 1 million people, but it also makes you like extremely strong. And in my opinion, this was a beautiful moment and a turning point in Rustage's career.
Took a boat and I'm lost at sea. I've been keeping my head down. Cannot cope with my endless dreams. On the edge and I'm stressed out. Reconstruct every piece of me. I'm filled with self-doubt. Too afraid I can't leave it be. On the edge and I'm stressed out.
Past the point of no return, I'm my last cause. Take a look at what I've earned with my art form. The fate inside you can still burn at your last straws. Look into my past more, this is what I've asked for. My emotions make no sense to me. I thought I would be happy when reveling in prosperity, so then I feel ungrateful when it's painful that you'll question me. Why is my work the only thing that's forming my identity?
I feel like since Stressed Out came out, Rustage has missed very, very rarely. Like, his music is so on point, on another level. Like, I remember him saying that he can't sing and he doesn't like the way he does so. And yet, here we are now, and he's just doing extremely well.
I leave him dead, look at my eyes, all you're seeing is red. No, I'm the best, I leave a body in village or red. I'm not impressed, not on my level, I'm tearing ahead. Act like a devil, I'm tearing ahead. Mess with the clan, then I'm leaving you red. Follow me honestly.
If I'm being honest, it's been the most pleasant experience to be a fan of Rustage. I don't visit his Twitch too often because of the time zones. Like, he usually streams when it's like 2 a.m. here, and I'm like, dude, why? Just go to sleep. And then I remember. But when I do, he's extremely nice to listen to and to watch because he's super, super nice and somewhat a goofy person. The one you will kind of just always end up liking no matter what. And his demon of a voice sometimes doesn't quite add up when you see his face and his personality, but in my opinion, that's the beauty of being gifted and talented. To conclude, it doesn't matter what your opinions are on anime or rap, but if you're into quality music that will, without a fault, make you want to start a violent linguistic uprising, I think Nerdcore, and especially UK bias, is really one to watch for you. For those already familiar, let me know who you'd like me to cover next. You can let me know via a voice message here on Anchor, if you want to, hear your melodic voice together here with mine, or through any other of my social media, like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. All of these can be found under the most amazing name of this podcast. If Nerdcore wasn't in your circle of entertainment until now, let me know if any of those guys discussed today piqued your interest. I will give you recommendations. That's a pinky promise. I know this episode is a little different because of all the music, but I hope you still enjoyed to hear me fangirling while selling you all the things I like. Listening to me is rough, and I very much know so. But you held on tight. You held on for dear life. I appreciate that. You're a hero. I'd like to shout out all of you, 19 of my listeners, for being here and giving me the much needed feedback. I'm really happy you did so. So today's shout out belongs to you and you only, my dear. Thank you so much for tuning in, again or for the first time. You've been a delight of an audience. I've been Nina, without much of a change, and you, my dear little travelers, successfully survived the second quest of Nerd Out Space.